people, welcome back to Data Rant. It's always a pleasure to have you here. Alright, so just like I said in my previous video that I was going to discuss the different disciplines involved in the data science field. That's what I'll do today. Now, one thing I want to clarify is not everybody in the data science field is necessarily a data scientist. A data scientist is just one of the several disciplines in the data science field. So today, I will briefly explain the different disciplines in the data science field and also talk a little to the basic skill set you need for that particular discipline. So the first discipline that I'll consider is data engineering. A data engineer is a software engineer that handles the design, the integration, and the building of data from its different sources. Now, not just that, they also ensure that this data is properly managed. So, a data engineer is a data professional that basically ensures and builds the architecture and the data infrastructure to ensure that data is in the right format for any form of processing. Also, this set of engineers are the people that handle the ETL procedure. Now, ETL basically means extract, transform, load. This is a process that gives birth to what is known as data warehousing. Now, what does this mean? This means that at the point where data is being extracted, it is properly transformed into the appropriate format and thereby loaded into a particular database which is easily and readily available for either the data scientist or the data analyst to do their processing. Data engineers are also called big data engineers. There's basically no difference. The difference is with the amount of data and the type of data that they handle per time. So the focus of a data engineer is to ensure that there is a structure that handles data from the point of collection, ensuring that that data is in the right format and then making that data readily and easily available for all manner of analysis and model development or whatsoever the data will be used for. So basically the skills that are needed for a data engineer is not far from the work that a data engineer does. So you need to know how to manipulate different databases. So you need to have knowledge of NoSQL. You need to know how to work with SQL databases. You also need to know how to work with huge data sets. So you need to take care of skills like MapReduce, Hadoop, Spark, data warehousing structure. You need to be aware of that. And then you also need to know like programming languages like Python or like Java, so you can effectively run as a data engineer. The second discipline is a data analyst. Now, a data analyst is just a follow-up from where the data engineer stopped. So what they basically do is they enforce statistical processes on data to be able to find patterns, trends, discover insights, and communicate them through reports for better understanding. So when data is being stored by a data engineer in a place that is accessible, the data analyst queries this data, processes it, and uses the processing to be able to get answers to questions that are being asked about the data and then present this data in form of reports. So the skills you need as a data analyst, basically, you will need to know about a scripting language. So you can either consider R or Python. And since you'll be working with data from databases, you also need to know SQL and probably NoSQL language here. And then you also move further to get to know, spreadsheets, how to work with spreadsheet like Microsoft Excel or like Google Sheets. And then also go further, since you'll be communicating your results. So you also need to know how to work with visualization tools like Power BI or Tableau. The next on our list is a machine learning engineer. A machine learning engineer is a software engineer that ensures that data products work well in production. They are basically involved in the architecture and in the design, and they know how to carry out practices like A/B testing. One of the critical things that a machine learning engineer is often identified with is that they ensure that data science code is maintainable, it is scalable, and it is debuggable. So the machine learning engineer, they actually bring software development best practices into data science. So as a machine learning engineer, the basic skills you need to consider: computer programming skills, software design and development skills. You also need to consider, machine learning algorithm skills that you can apply to your data. You also need to pay attention to ensuring the entire structure of code design in software development. The next on our list is the data visualization engineer. Now, I love this part because no matter what you do as any other discipline in the data science field, what you do needs to be communicated. So this is where the data visualization engineer comes in. A data visualization engineer is someone who creates stunning stories through data. They also create dynamic data visualizations that help businesses to make meaningful decisions in an interactive format. So they actually display insights gotten from data in form of charts that can be easily related to. They basically present insights, patterns, trends found in data in a non-technical format, either through charts, so that the business can easily understand and then take decisions effectively. As a data visualization engineer, you would want to pay more attention to user interface design skills, and you also want to learn how to use data visualization tools like Tableau and Power BI. Like I said when I started this video, everybody in the data science field is not a data scientist. A data scientist also has his own area of expertise and skill set. Data scientist is an analytical data expert who has the technical skills to solve complex problems and the curiosity to explore more problems that needs to be solved. A data scientist is known as a mathematician, a statistician, a computer programmer, an analyst with business domain skills, and then knows how to use all of those skills in solving a business problem while also exploring some other problems that needs to be solved. So a data scientist basically does data modeling, data analysis, and also goes ahead to partner with a data visualization engineer to visualize the insights it gets from its analysis. So as a data scientist, you want to pay attention to either Python, R, Scala. You also need to pay attention to machine learning algorithms, data modeling, communication skills, visualization skills, and pay attention to the business that you're solving this problem for. Alright, once again, thank you for having me and for listening to Data Rants. Alright, one of the things you should do so you don't miss out is you should subscribe, so whenever the next video drops, you are the first to be notified. The transcript of this video, like I always do, is in the link just below this video. That's the link to my Medium post, and there are several other posts there and you might want to read through. So thank you once again for having me, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Thank you.